Welcome. In this video, you'll learn the basic skills of mediation. Our goal is for you to understand what mediation is and be able to mediate a dispute effectively. I will first discuss what mediation is and your role as the mediator. Then I will provide an example of a mediation simulation. In this example, we will be using student housing with a conflict involving two roommates. The conflict will be mediated by a resident advisor and head resident advisor. Mediation is another of the methods of alternative dispute resolution available to parties. Mediation is essentially a negotiation facilitated by a neutral third party. The participants have all the control in regards to forming the agreement if one is reached. You as the mediator are only there to be a guide through the process. Our motto as a mediator is to do no harm. Therefore, it is important that you remain unbiased and fair. First, you will go through an introduction of mediation with the parties, where you explain what mediation is, its various important components, what the process looks like, and why it is beneficial for them. Once you begin mediation, you will first ask them to share their stories as you guide them through the process. Use open-ended questions and don't be afraid to seek clarification. Phrases like "I am confused" or "Can you explain what you mean by" can help you as well as the participants. Typically, mediation happens in one space where everyone works through the process together. However, as the mediator, you may choose to caucus, which is when you separate and talk to the two parties individually. What each party says in the caucus is confidential and can only be revealed to the other party if you give explicit permission. Caucusing is not a bad thing. Rather, it is just another strategy you may wish to try. Mediation is beneficial for it allows the parties to determine the outcome and remain in control of the situation. Additionally, as an RA or DA, if successful, mediation will remove your burden of having to determine an outcome of the dispute. Some important components of mediation include: first, mediation is voluntary. If the parties do not wish to participate, then they do not have to. Additionally, mediation can be stopped at any point for whatever reason by you as the mediator or by either of the participants. Second, mediation is confidential. Anything said in mediation stays in mediation. The three main reasons for which you may break confidentiality include: 1, a claim of child abuse; 2, if someone threatens to commit a future criminal act; or 3, if a suit is filed against me in my role as a mediator, I can use what is said to defend myself. Mediation affects the participants' legal rights. Therefore, it is important that you tell them that if an agreement is reached, it is a legally binding document. Therefore, they have the right to stop and consult legal counsel at any point during mediation. Additionally, it is important for you to understand that as a mediator, you cannot offer any legal advice. Before you begin mediating a conflict, it is important that you establish some ground rules for the participants in order to provide structure and ensure the best possible environment for the participants to reach an agreement. Some basic ground rules include showing respect to all, refraining from name-calling, inappropriate gestures, and profanity, allowing each person to speak without interruption. There are paper and pens for you to take down notes, and to speak at a reasonable tone level. As the mediator, if the participants reach an agreement, you will be in charge of writing it up. It is important that the agreement is in the participants' words and that they approve it. Be sure to consider and answer the who, when, how, why, and what questions in the agreement in order to give it the best chance of survival. The more detail, the better. After going through the intro with them, be sure that they understand. If they do, ask to seek if they are willing to participate in mediation. If they are, be sure to get them to sign a document outlining and requiring their confidentiality. Now that you understand what mediation is and your role, we will have a short role play in order for you to see a mediator in action.
Hi, are you Bella, the RA?
Yes.
Awesome. Hi, Chad.
I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. What can I do for you guys today?
So we have an issue with our roommate agreement.
He has an issue with my roommate agreement.
Okay, well, I have it in front of me, so let me just look that over really quick and see what you guys have already previously decided on, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now that I've looked over your roommate agreement, let's get started on the mediation process.
Okay.
So as you guys know, my name is Bella and I'm your resident advisor. So my job is to help you facilitate mediations when you have a roommate disagreement. So first things first, in a mediation, we're gonna go over some ground rules. So during this process, I'm gonna ask that you guys respect one another and you avoid derogatory statements or gestures.
Okay.
I'm also gonna ask that only one person speaks at a time so that you're not interrupting each other and we can all effectively listen. Everything that has been said tonight is going to stay between just the three of us. And also you guys can stop the mediation at any time. Is there anything else you guys would like to add to that?
No, sounds good.
Okay. If you guys can sign this agreement to mediate. Thank you. So normally in a mediation, the person who filed the complaint or the plaintiff is going to go first and then the defendant is going to go second. Is that okay with both of you?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so Chad?
So basically, I need to be up really early in the morning for my job.
Okay.
So I try to go to bed by about 10, so that way I can get enough sleep, so that way I can focus and be attentive and not be groggy while I'm there. But it's happened multiple times over the course of the semester that Sarah will come in at 2 o'clock in the morning or something, throw on the lights, and those will shine to my room and wake me up. So I would just like us to figure out some way to sort out that situation so that way I can still get my rest and that it won't affect my work.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that when the lights are on, it makes it difficult for you to fall asleep or to stay asleep, and it's interfering with your ability to do your job.
Yep.
Okay, and Sarah?
I'm out late because I have a social life that revolves around being out late. I have to keep the lights on because it's a safety issue for people to go walking around in the dark. It's my room too, and I don't have to turn off the light just because he says so. I don't want this to ruin our friendship, but I just fail to see how it's my fault that Chad is boring and late.
Okay,
Like, goes to bed at
Let's
10
use
p.m.
offensive language
every
towards each
night.
other, guys. Remember our ground rules. So Sarah, what I'm hearing is that you don't want to ruin your friendship, but you feel like your space is being controlled by one person and it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
Okay, and have either of you thought of a way that you could potentially resolve this situation?
I just don't want the lights to flicker on and wake me up.
Okay.
Well, it's too bad the lights in the dorm just won't dim by themselves. But they're just not that sophisticated. I guess we could get a lamp that does that. A dimming lamp. Or you could wear that sleep mask I got you.
I've told you that sleep mask is really uncomfortable. I would, however, be interested in getting that dimmer lamp. That would work for me.
Okay, and then who would get the dimmer lamp, or would you guys split that?
I'm not paying for all of it.
I'm willing to go half.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll draft up an agreement that states that you guys are gonna go half and half on a lamp that dims so that you can come home late, but it doesn't wake up Chad.
Okay.
And if you guys could just read this over and sign it.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for watching this video on mediation. I hope after explaining the process and from you watching our roleplay that you have a better understanding of what mediation is and your role as the mediator. If you have further questions or wish to learn more about the process, I would suggest looking at the Pamela Struss's manual, Practice of Mediation in the Commonwealth of Virginia Courts. Thank you again. Say something. Wish to learn about the process. Oh my god. Thank you again. I paused, it was bad. I did a bad pause. During this whole monologue.
What does it mean?
Yeah, you just leave it in one place.
What was happening in my mind? I was like, wow, he looks like he's like talking to this guy. I was like, let me rotate it down. And I was trying to think, I was like,
Scott, I'm looking right at you.